Hello and welcome to the webinar. I hope that you have your worksheets. If not, we'll be going through here and you can just use a pen and a piece of paper. This is the Take a Look at Tribes webinar, and specifically Tribes is engineered for your success to make it so you basically have endless customers. So you can get as many customers as you would ever want for the remaining of your business life. I know how crazy that must sound. When I was introduced to this concept, we're going to be talking a little bit about funneling, but we won't really talk too much about it. I don't want to bog you down with terms that are unnecessary. So we will be talking about funneling. And when I learned how to funnel, it absolutely changed my life. I got back from a very expensive workshop, 5-figure, and I implemented some of the things that I learned right away, and it worked right away. So I had this very small list that I made an offer to. The list was only about 200 people, and I made $6,000 in 2 days. And it was that point that I realized that I was in touch with something super powerful. You'll notice that there's a lot of solopreneurs and entrepreneurs and consultants and coaches and speakers emerging right now. It's kind of our time. It's the year of the solopreneur, or maybe the solopreneur's decade. Who knows what's going to happen? And I wholeheartedly believe that it's because of this method that I'm about to show you. So here we go. So as a business owner, you have one job, and your job is to help your customers reach their goals. So I want to take a different look at what you've been thinking about your business. I want to stop thinking about products and services and just start talking about how you can help more people, because I know that you're out to help. You might be the battler of body aches, or the fighter of flat hair, or the hero of home buying, or the conqueror of confidence. Whoever you are and whatever you do, you're helping people, and I know that you are damn good at it. So from this new heroic frame of mind, let's dig deep about how we're going to position exactly what you do. Because how we position what you do is everything. Positioning is about authority, and authority is why Rolls-Royce can sell the same car as BMW for 3 times the price, because a Rolls is a Rolls, right? So for you, I want you to be able to garner that level of authority. I want people thirsty to work with you, or work for you, or help you collaborate on a project, or whatever your next goal is. I want that for you. And to do that, we need to build up your authority. And how we build authority that you're able to help people is by actually helping people. So nothing salesy, nothing gimmicky, just really getting clear and showing that you are amazing at what you do. So I want you to start thinking about what your customer's goal is. So we're going to show your customer that you can help them achieve their goal by mapping a path to their goals for them. So where are they now, and what do they want? So for example, in the case of a massage therapist, their client right now might be stressed and tense and irritable, and maybe losing sleep, maybe losing productivity at work, maybe not able to enjoy their children as much as they normally do, as when their back is loose. So that's where they are now, and what do they want? They want that back pain to go away. So very simple. What do they want? Where are they now? For a real estate agent, this could be a newlywed couple with a baby in a condo, and they're tired of paying their HOA dues. They don't have a yard. They have noisy neighbors, and they're ready to move into a house. So that's what they want. They want to move into a house, and they are sick of being in their condo. Let's try construction. maybe alternative energy. So for someone who lives in a nice sunny area and they spend a lot of money on air conditioning every year, maybe they want to put solar panels on their roof. So they want to spend less money on their energy every month. And where they are now is spending a lot of money on their current, method. And probably just really mad every time they get that bill. They're just frustrated that they haven't completed their solar panel project yet. So where are they now and what do they want? The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to map the steps. So you're going to map step 1, 2, 3, and 4. As many steps as it takes. I would probably not do more than 5 and definitely not less than 3. But map their steps of how to get from where they are now to their goal. So your actual customer, where they are now, and what they want. So for the person in the condo, maybe step 1 is to research some neighborhoods with some good school districts in it. Step 2 is to define their price points. Step 3 is to get pre-qualified for a mortgage. And step 4 is make an offer on that next property. Or get their down payment together or whatever. Real estate's a little bit more complicated, so there might be some more steps in there. For the massage therapist client, step 1 might be to locate a massage place near them. And step 2 might be to give themselves permission to spend a little money and a little R&R time on themselves. They're worth it. And step 3 might be to get a babysitter to take care of their kids while they go get a massage or get that time off of work. And then step 4 might be to actually book the appointment with this massage therapist. So some of these steps will involve you. Some of these steps will not involve you. If you have an e-commerce store, step 1 might be for that person to get to your website. Step 2 might be for them to click on the product. Step 3 might be for them to add the product to their shopping cart. And step 4 might be for them to check out. Whatever that might be. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to write down all of the questions that we know they're going to ask about steps 1 through 4. So our questions might be, in the case of homeownership, it might be, what neighborhoods have good school districts? What are the top 3 neighborhoods within a 25-minute commute of my office? And what bottom 3 neighborhoods, do I want to avoid? Maybe safety is an issue. Which ones are safe? Which ones are closest to the hospitals? Which ones have the best doctors nearby? Start thinking about these questions that people think about when they're going to make a move. So questions for the massage professional might be, how much do massages even cost? Do I have to get naked? Do you have weekend and evening hours? What are the questions that people normally ask you before they make a purchase from you? In the case of the solar panels, cost is definitely going to be a factor. How long does it take me to get my return on investment from doing an installation? That's probably not step 1. Step 1 would be, what direction does my roof have to be pointed in order for me to make solar panels work? I had a DirecTV come out and they couldn't even make my satellite work or whatever. May not be an issue in Arizona. I don't know. I live in Washington where solar is kind of rains a lot. Okay, so you're going to continue to do this. You will do this for steps 2 and 3 and 4, and this is in your handout. So you can print these or just, simply write these down. It's not too difficult. So you want to go through all of your questions. And then from that, after we get the questions, we want to address their fears. So the weird thing about fear is that no one is ever going to discuss with you that they're scared to buy your product or scared to work with you. On the marketing side of things, I have people that are afraid to work with me because they are nervous that they're going to get too busy. That is something that I never considered until long after I had started marketing services. That is a real fear for some people, that they might get too much business. So people don't buy things from you for 3 reasons. The first one is that they just don't need your product. But if you've gotten this far in the discovery phase, then, the likelihood that you're talking to somebody who wants or needs your product is pretty high. The second is that they don't trust you. That's normal. And the third thing is that they don't trust themselves. And the third one, that's the silent killer of deals. That's the one that we don't talk about. So if you can address their fears, then the likelihood of running into number 3 is lower. And of course, we want to reduce all the sales friction that we possibly can. So, fear. So fears are often what-if questions. So in the case of the person selling their condo, it could be, what if I put my condo up for sale and it sells before I find another house? In the case of the person getting a massage, it might be, what if I don't like it? You might have to incorporate some kind of guarantee into your services if you don't already have one. In the case of the solar panels, might be, what if something happens? What if my roof gets damaged during the installation? What if my spouse gets mad at me and doesn't want me to go get a massage? What if I don't have enough money to pay for this solar panels all up front and I need to get financing? What if I can't find a house in my price range? Will this just be a big waste of time? What if I waste my time? That's a big one. No one wants to waste their time. So you can do a little research and you can dig deep into common fears and objections, but I think you'll probably be able to think of some. And if you're struggling here, you could just ask some friends or that about if you were doing this, if you were buying this from me, if you were buying a marketing consulting package from me, what would you be concerned about? And then you can come up with what those would be here. Okay, so now we have some steps and we have our fears. This is where we start being able to put together marketing messaging for you. And this is where you start to be able to make offers. So most of us don't have enough sales because we don't make enough offers to our list often enough. I probably didn't need to go take a 5-figure marketing class to discover for myself that if I just made an offer to my list that people would buy it. But we do that a lot. We underestimate our own value and we underestimate how much other people value our sphere of influence. So I didn't know that people would pay $1,000 to come take a class from me. I had no idea. And now I know. So I'm assuming that this is going to be the same thing for you. There are some things that you just don't know about your either existing database that you have, and if you don't have one, we're going to start growing one. But learning to put together a solid offer is going to pay you over and over and over again, and it is a skill that if you invest time and energy into will yield great returns for you. So here's some examples of putting it all together. So how about how to move out of your stuffy condo without worrying about it selling too quickly. Okay, that wasn't really a very good one, but we can do some rips on this. How to get solar panels installed in 3 easy steps. The ultimate guide to selling a home and then buying again. The essential checklist for getting a massage. You might not think you might need a checklist to get a massage, but some people like to know before they go. The essential checklist for going from blonde to brunette. If you're a cosmetologist and you made that offer, within 5 mile radius of your salon, what is the possibility that most of the people that downloaded that guide might be looking to go from blonde to brunette? So we gotta start thinking about, in our sales process, the information that people are gonna wanna have. And that answer, only you can answer, and that is in your steps. So you do your steps and you do all of your questions for each step, and then out will pop a magnificent headline, I promise you. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do in order to make this great business for you is to build a giveaway, which is what we were talking about. So either a checklist or an ebook or a guide, anything like that, that is going to help your prospect believe that you're the person that can help them achieve their goals. And they're going to believe that you're the person that can help them achieve their goals, if you show them that you can help them achieve their goal by mapping out the process for them. So you can map that process, and then you can create some assets to help them along the way to get them to trust you. And when they trust you, they're going to buy from you, right? Trust is just another word of building authority. So you're going to build your giveaway. If you know what you would put in a giveaway, but you're scared of formatting it, you don't know how to make an ebook, there's lots of services that you can use. So they're in this guide as we continue on to go through it. So it's like Upwork or Fiverr, or there's many other places you can go to have an ebook created for you on the cheap. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a landing page. So we need a place for people to go to ask you for their guide. So that's called a landing page. So you'll see an example of a landing page here pretty soon, and it's got a form on it, and they put their name and their email in the form. In exchange for them putting their name and their email in, you then automatically send them what they've asked for. And by doing so, you know that they have an interest in what you do. You can create an ad to promote your landing page. So if the landing page is just sitting out there and there's no traffic going to it, it's not very likely that you're going to start getting leads. So just as any good brick and mortar store depends on foot traffic, your web page depends on digital traffic. And you can send people to your web page for relatively cheap amount of money, low amount of money. You can create an ad on Facebook and target people who you think would be interested in you, for example, within a 5-mile radius of your salon, and they can start asking for information about how to get a massage. Then the next thing you're going to do once you get their name and email is you'll start nurturing them by email. So you start feeding them pieces of information about you or about their problem or about how to solve their problem primarily, so that they then believe that you're the person that can help them solve their problem. Here's an example of a landing page. So this is exactly what it would look like. It's got the cover of your book. You can get those digital covers done again on using those resources that I will show you. Oh, they're right here. So you got Upwork and Fiverr. You can also make them yourself on Canva, which is actually where I made this guide. Canva is a free tool and it's awesome. But if you don't want to fiddle with anything graphic design related, I don't blame you. You're not a graphic designer, you are a business owner, and I'm sure you are phenomenal at what you do. And you may want to leave graphic design up to people who are also phenomenal at what they do. So this is what a landing page looks like. And then the next thing that we're going to do, here's another one. This is a good one. Yep. Okay. So when people submit to this, they put their name and their email. You're probably wondering, like, where does that information go? So if you use buildmytribes.com, the information will be stored inside of Tribes. So you can email them whenever you want. I'm sure there's other platforms out there, but they're usually kind of a hassle to deal with, and they don't have everything that you would need inside of them, such as landing pages and email automation. So you might be able to get a landing page built, but then you have to go somewhere to get emails done. And it's a great big hassle. So using tribes is going to be the easiest way to get this done. And everything is already pre-made, so all you have to do is just change the words around and it's ready to go. So as we discussed briefly, the next thing you're going to want to do is advertise your offer. So this was one that I did. It says grab this awesome free blueprint, 5 essential funnels to grow your opt-in list. So that's exactly it, right? I help people with funnel marketing. People who know what funnel marketing is might want to, or people who want to grow their opt-in list might want to learn about 5 funnels they can use to do that. Those are the kind of people that I would want to talk to. Those are people that are already basically familiar with the concept. They probably just need a little bit of help or a little bit of coaching or perhaps a really convenient all-in-one platform to use. So when you target your market using Facebook ads or any other ads platform, you're going to want to ask yourself some basic questions like what their ages are, their interests, and their location. And you can reach them all with Facebook ads easily and cheaply. And if you need some help with that, just reach out and I can help you. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to nurture your leads by email. So people came and they said, yes, I want your guide, and they asked for it and they downloaded it and they read it. And then now what's the next thing that you're going to do? The first thing that you'll do is you're going to say thank you, of course. So you say, thank you for requesting my guide. Here it is. Have a great day. You might include a light introduction about yourself or about your company. We've been installing solar panels in the state of Arizona for the last 25 years. If you have questions, reach out, right? Whatever that might be. I've been giving massages in the Kirkland area for 5 years. Everyone loves me. Click here to learn more. Whatever you might want to do. The next thing that you're going to do is you're just going to continuously keep in contact with your list. You're not going to spam them. You're not going to bother them, but you are going to reach out to them whenever you come across some information that might help them reach their goal. Which, of course, you're going to just continually add value. So you don't have to stop at one guide. You can continually send them anything that you think would help them, which will ultimately deepen your relationship. Now, you want to have a goal in mind when you're doing this. So the whole point of you doing this is for you to get more business. It's not just to make more friends, although that's a great part of doing business. So at the bottom of all of your emails, you want to invite them to do the next thing you want them to do. So to make this not sound so vague, if you're a business coach and you want them to book a consultation with you, then you would put in the bottom of every single thing, click here to book a consultation with me. If you have an online store and you want them to visit your website, you would say, click here to visit my website. If you're a real estate agent and you want them to request a market analysis of their home, you would say, click here to request a market analysis. So you always want to remind them that you're striving at a goal. The first thing that you're going to do is help them reach their goal, but the next thing that you're going to do is make sure that you get what you want out of it. Yep, that's it. Kind of just went through this, didn't I? I'm ahead of my presentation. So again, just know your goal, know what you're trying to accomplish, and make sure that you're always reminding them. It doesn't have to be anything crazy or spammy or bright flashy colors. A simple link in a text is fine. Okay, so that was a lot. I would say that that's kind of part one. So part one is just repositioning yourself as someone who's out to help other people reach their goals, whatever that might be. So if you're a real estate agent and you sell houses, sure, that's what you do. But really you help people reach the goal of home ownership or move up or move down. Same thing with solar power. You help people reach the goal of reducing their energy costs or reducing their carbon footprint. And if you're a massage therapist, you're helping people reach their goals of being relaxed and happy and healthy. So although you may provide massages, what you're really doing is helping people be relaxed and happy and healthy. So this is when we start getting a little more technical, and I'm going to introduce to you the concept of funneling. So it's called the funnel because at the top is many, many people, and at the bottom is your customers. And so there's a path from the top to the bottom, and it gets narrower and narrower as you go along, because less and less people are in that section of the funnel. So for example, if you run an ad, not every single person who sees your ad is going to buy from you. This is normal. The next thing is that there's going to be people who request your guide. Your opt-ins, people who put their name and their email in and say, yes, please send me the ultimate checklist to installing solar panels. The next thing are people who took the desired action. So on here I have people who visited your website, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's your desired action. Your desired action might be people who booked a call with me, or people who asked me to come do a bid. Estimates, those are big. So whatever your goal is. And then of course on the bottom are people who buy from you. So not everyone your ad reaches will buy from you. Not everyone who asks for your guide will buy from you. Not everyone who requests an estimate from you will buy from you. But people will ultimately buy from you, smaller and smaller and way down as it goes, right? So here's an example of some numbers. So for example, you may be able to reach 10,000 people on Facebook. 30 of those people actually say, yes, give me the guide. 10 people might take the desired action by saying, yes, I want to have an estimate done on my home. And 1 out of 10 may become your customer. So these numbers are fluid, which meaning that any one of these can change at any time given your offer. So depending on how targeted your ad is, might depend on how many opt-ins you get. You might get more, you might get less. Of the people that opt in, how many people are ready to take action? It might depend. You might get more, you might get less. Of the people that take action, however many of those become your customers, you might get more, you might get less. If you get 10 consultation calls booked, it might be highly unlikely that you only close 10% of those. You might close 50% of those. You might get 5 customers. So just keep that in mind as we move along. But it's very important to grasp this sort of flow. So ad reach, people who are asking for your guide, people who are taking action, and people who are becoming your customer. Okay, so the whole point of this is to use this information so that you can make a customer machine, so that you never, never, ever, ever have to struggle to get customers again ever in your life. I know, you're like, no way, right? Okay. I'm going to show you how. So we're going to create a formula for success for you. So to ask you a question, if you could trade $30 for $100, would you do it? If you could trade $30 for $100, would you do it? Of course you would. You would do it as many times over as you possibly could. That's what successful investors do. And now you can do that in your business. If it costs you $30 to reach 10,000 people and you get 30 leads or opt-ins out of it, and that gets 10 people requesting a consultation, and one of those people buy your product and your product costs $100, let's say an example, massage, an hour and a half massage might be $100, you will make $70 in profit. And once you get this set up, it's almost effortless because your ads just run. And all you have to do is talk to the people that are down here on the bottom too, people taking action and then people becoming customers. This up here, the system is doing this for you. Once you set your ad and people are opting in and asking for more information. But this bottom part, this is you. So you might have taken 10 consultations and you might have made 1 customer. Maybe you took 5 consultations and you got 3 customers. I don't know what your number is going to be. Could be higher, could be lower. It's going to depend on a number of factors, but you get the kind of flow here. So if you could do this, and you could do this each and every month, if you only spent $30 and you only made $70 profit, you'd probably still do it. So you could do this once a month, you could do this once a week, you could do this every single day. As long as what's happening, this flow is still happening. So you're reaching a certain amount of people are opting in, the next amount of people of the people who opted in, those people are asking you for more information or a consultation call or whatever it is, and then you're getting a customer out of it, you can continue to do this over and over and over again. So if you were to scale this, oh, our scalar slide is missing. Okay. So if you were to scale this and you said it cost $300 to reach 100,000 people and you got 300 opt-ins and it got you 100 people taking action and you made $1,000 for a $700 profit, would you still do it? Of course you would. Of course you would. So this is what we do at Tribes. We run ads every single day. We get leads every single day. Those leads are engaged in my emails, and of the people that are engaged in my emails, I talk to quite a few people every week, and I close a certain percentage of those people every week. And that's how we get customers. And I make more per customer than we spend in ads for a profitable business. So I would like to help you do this in your business. So if you would like to work with me to put this into play in your business, I want you to reach out to me. So there's a number of ways you can do that. You can respond to this email. You can go to the website and register for a free account, and then you're going to start getting emails from me. You can email me, but get in touch with me because I have a couple of different things that we can do. We can build a funnel with you, or we can build a funnel for you, depending on how much of this you want to learn and how much of this you want to implement in your business. This literally changed my life. I went from working 40 to 60 hours a week to working 4 hours a day. Some weeks I work more, some weeks I work less, but the flow of leads and customers is always the same. The only time it changes is when I turn my ads up and spend more, or I turn my ads off and spend less. And being able to have predictable leads in your business is what's going to save you from this feast or famine that we go through as entrepreneurs. It's hard. It's hard out there trying to work on your business and in your business at the same time. And so there's a couple of things that you can nail down that'll bring some predictable income for you. And one of those things is generating leads. If you can regularly and predictably generate leads, you're going to be able to regularly and predictably generate customers. So I guess the question that I have to ask you is, if you could do this for yourself, of course you would do it, right? You could get yourself more customers. But if you could do this for somebody else, you could also sell this. So what I mean is that if you can show somebody else that you can consistently do what I'm showing you here, bring in however many leads at however much profit. For certain niches, it's a lot more. When I work with real estate agents, they really don't care about spending $300 a month on ads if they're going to get a $10,000 commission off of it for selling $1 million home. Now, of course, that's going to be dependent on the geographic area that person lives in. But solar panels, I don't know what that costs, but that's got to cost a lot. So if you were a marketer and you started generating some targeted leads for these companies that have, larger solutions, commercial loans or contractors or, helicopter salesmen, right? Like whatever it is. I mean, everybody who's a buyer for these types of things is on Facebook. And if you need more proof about that, all you have to do is go into the ad section and go to create an ad and just look at the targeting. So if you could do this for somebody else, you can sell this complete funnel. So an ad, an opt-in page, help them get their asset created, and then help them write their marketing messaging. We sell complete funnels for $1,500, but I've heard of people selling funnels for up to $30,000. So there is no limit to what you can do with this system. It just depends on you and how you want to work it. So you might be a business owner that does not want to get into marketing, but you might be a marketing professional that really does have a need to be able to create someone a lead machine and give it to them. So you can create them a Tribes account. You can set everything up in their account for them, and you can charge them a monthly fee to manage it for them. I don't know. It's up to you. So we do have an affiliate program. If that's the right thing for you, I would love to talk to you about that. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all your time. Please reach out to me and I can get you started and we can start building a funnel for you. I would love to learn more about your individual business. Talk to you soon.